sounds faster than it is. This is the third generation of the Chevrolet Traverse. This is the Z71 variant, which is like the off-road variant of this car, which gets a lot of changes, including all-wheel drive, all-terrain tires. It gets a skid plate at the front, towing hooks. In fact, the suspension damping has been changed, and it also gets hill descent control. This is the key of the vehicle, which has 4 buttons on it. Actually 5. This is to ring the alarm, this is to open the boot, this is to unlock the car, this is to lock the car, and this is to turn on the vehicle, which we shall try right away. But before that, let me just walk behind the car, because this automatic opening tailgate is very sensitive. I'm just standing here, not doing anything, and there the boot opens. Yeah, that is so crazy and fast as well. Unbelievable. So 650 liters of storage space right here. In fact, below here is also there's some storage. In fact, you can turn these screws around. Okay, this is locked very hard. I'm just going to try and open this one. You can open all of these, 4 of them. And once you do that, you can access the spare wheel, which is not an alloy, my friend. In fact, it is a steel wheel. 135/70/18 is the size of the tires. You have to lift this whole tray, which is actually quite heavy. You've got some hooks here, and there's obviously a 12-volt charging socket as well. Hooks here as well. In fact, this is the speaker. And just pull this, the headrest declines, and then you can push the seat ahead. Yeah, you can make this completely flat, because this car is a 7-seater, wherein it can become more practical by putting the seats down, obviously. So yeah, this is a big car, quite big, and it has a light here. In fact, it's powered. So you press a button and there it shuts. In fact, I am just going to press this button twice. We're going to try and turn on the car. There it turns on. So yes, the car turns on, and once I get inside, what do I have to do? I have to obviously press the starter button here. Once I do that, there the car turns on. Start vehicle to view application. I press brake and I start it. There the vehicle has turned on, and you can see that light on the top, because all the ADAS warnings and all actually come right there. In fact, it even warns me on the cluster if someone is passing me and I could just hit them. And obviously we have got a blind view alert on the outside rear view mirrors. Straight away I am going to be opening the hood of the vehicle, giving an indicator, turning on the lights as well, which has to be done from here. That's a bit cumbersome, because when you turn off the car, you can't access the lights at all. You have to turn on the car to access the lights. It's not here, which is usually the case, which is actually quite weird, but it is what it is. Chevrolet does things very differently. Straight away, let's open the engine bay, because this car has also become a victim of downsizing. There are gas struts here. It gets insulation. That is the engine. 4 cylinders. 2 cylinders have gone now. And where does the washer fluid go? I have no clue. I can't see it only. I have to hunt for it. But it should be somewhere here. Or maybe this car doesn't need washer fluid. Okay, there it is. Usually it's marked in yellow or blue, but I don't know why it's not marked here. So that is the heart of the matter. Let's shut this. The design is actually quite nice. I like the design of new Chevrolet models. They look amazing. Yeah, the bow tie right there, and obviously the grille is split. This, obviously being the Z71 variant, has towing hooks. Yes, red colored towing hooks. In fact, this is the radar for the ADAS system. There's a front camera right here. This is the main light. This is the indicator, which is actually the DRL on the other side. The design looks lovely. I love the design. There's obviously a camera there for ADAS systems, lane keep assist and all, and a rain sensor as well. Now this car has a 1-inch lift, which means the ground clearance is almost 200 mm, which is good, because that improves the off-roadability of this vehicle. The length is massive. This is almost 5.2 meters. Meanwhile, the wheelbase is almost 3.1 meters. Yes, this is a very long car. It says Traverse here, which is finished in black colored mirrors. In fact, there's a camera here as well. All-terrain tires. The tire size 265/65/18. I like the design of the alloy wheels. Look at the suspension right there. Reflector treatment here. Overall design is actually nice. Request sensor on all the doors, so you can just get in from wherever you feel like. This red treatment is actually nicely done, which runs on the dashboard as well. The glove box is decent sized, and you want more airbags, just stick this wherever you want. Now there's an airbag on my ass. Anyways, massive notebooks, rather manuals to be read. Look at that. How many pages in Chevrolet like? Yes, you need to read them, because I think one is in Arabic. Let's shut this. There's some storage space here as well. So below the center console also there's storage, which is a nice touch. This seems to be functional. I'm sure this is functional. This cannot be fake. Come on. And let's get into the rear. First and foremost, the door is actually very long. You get this red treatment here and this nice finishing as well. In fact, you get this chrome finishing. Door pockets are decent size, not very big, and there seems to be some illumination, I'm not too sure, but at least a sunblind should have been given. But this car is made for the United States of America, where the sun is not always that bright. Meanwhile, this car will actually rival the Toyota Fortuner if it is ever launched in India. However, it kind of rivals the Ford Everest and the Fortuner here as well. Now, it gets ISOFIX child seat mounts, captain chairs in the second row. How do I get to the rear? Very easy. Look at this. This just goes ahead and I can walk into the rear, and the center passenger gets ahead. Let me just put this straight. AC vents on the top. Nice touch. Some storage space here. USB-C charging socket. USB-C charging socket. This is a bit small. And once I put this back, I don't have space only. Yeah, this hit my leg. So yeah, in terms of space in the third row, not the best for tall passengers. In fact, headroom seems to be adequate, but space is okay, not great. As long as I put my leg like this, it's fine. But 3 people are expected to sit here. I don't know who will, but you get a proper seat belt for the center passenger, which is a good thing. Armrest for the second row, obviously. This is the place to be. Not really, that is the place to be. On the driver's seat, how do I get out? All I have to do is push this like this, and there it goes. So yeah, this is completely reclined. Meanwhile, I'll just make this upright. The seat doesn't really move ahead or behind. I think it moves ahead when you're trying to go back. Otherwise, there's no lever which I can push to go behind. No, that doesn't happen. Yeah, I can fold it like this. Let me put it back up. This is upright. That is a recline. You get air conditioning controls here because it has got, I think, a 3-zone climate control air conditioning system. Let me just shut this. 2 USB-C charging sockets and a proper laptop charger. You get magazine holders. It's a little bit scooped out as well. And there's a handle to hold on to. So space in the second row is actually good, but under thigh support is not the best. In fact, headroom seems to be good enough, and there are AC vents on the top. There's a light here. Height adjustable seat belts. Yeah, there are a lot of hard plastics in this car. That is the only problem, but still it's quite comfortable. There's a microphone here as well, and the dashboard looks quite nice. It's obviously finished in all black, which I personally like. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this seat like this. Why am I doing that? Because I want to put that seat down now, so I have to do something like that. Let's climb in from here and try to push this seat ahead as well. Okay, now we have managed to do that. Yeah, I've pushed it all the way ahead. In fact, we should push this one also ahead. No, let this be reclined like this. Let's shut the door and come to the rear. Now, American cars don't have orange indicators. This is obviously finished in red. Z71, 4 parking sensors at the rear. There's a camera here which also gets a spray, and the Chevrolet logo is finished in black, not in golden. Rear wiper washer, shark fin antenna, high mounted stop lamp, a rear spoiler treatment as well. The rear also looks very smart. It says Traverse all-wheel drive. You get quad exhaust, 2 here and 2 on the other side. These actually smoke up and have these cracks and pops occasionally, not always, but sometimes probably. And there you can see the underbody of the vehicle. Now, since I've already shown you the boot, me doing it again is just stupidity, but me being stupid, I'll just do that. But why is it not opening now? No, it is opening. Yeah, power tailgate. There it opens. So first things first, let's quickly put this down, and you can see this car is now like a house. You can carry so much luggage, which is quite insane. Okay, shut now. Let's get to the front. Fuel goes in right here. Yeah, it's petrol only. I'm sorry if you want a diesel. That's not possible. Electric adjust for the driver's seat. This is to open the boot of the vehicle. Storage space is decent, but 1 liter bottle doesn't really fit in, so you have to like squeeze it in. Power window controls, everything seems to be eliminated. This is obviously the control for the outside rear view mirrors, but no memory seats. Unlock the car, lock the car. That's about it. A nice big fat dead pedal has been given and a lot of buttons here. So this is for the electric parking brake, this is for the drive modes, this is for all-wheel drive, this is for stop start system, and this is for the headlight leveler. That's about it. And it is actually quite lovely on the inside because the interior does feel nice in terms of aesthetics. However, so many hard plastics. Okay, this is a bit soft, but overall this car has a lot of hard plastics. First things first, let's press the button to open the blind. It's a panoramic sunroof, which is big. It says Z71 here on the headrest with this nice red stitching as well. And below here, you've got some storage space. In fact, there's quite a lot of storage space there. Finish in piano black. You have some storage space here. Twin cup holders, wireless charging pad, USB-C, USB-A. So a lot of charging ports, and these are the buttons for the air conditioning controls. So obviously it has a 3-zone climate control air conditioning system. You can operate it from here. You have got some buttons here as well. Now you've got seat heating right here. Yeah, that's land on the screen. Now look at that. That is massive. Brings in a lot of airiness inside the cabin. And now we are going to open this thing as well. But for a car of this price and segment, a car which is so big in terms of size, there's a small issue. The issue is, okay, it opens further once I press it again. The issue is that this is not auto dimming. How is that even possible? It's possible because this car actually gets a camera based screen here in the US market, but here they're just giving this cheap little flimsy screen, or rather flimsy mirror. Meanwhile, here you obviously get a mirror and light. Does this extend? Yes, it does. That's nice. Microphone here from the top. Driver also gets a handle to hold on to another microphone here. I think people who speak from the rear can hear people from here. I don't know. Maybe probably that could be a feature in this car. Steering feels really nice to hold. These are the controls for the audio system, heated steering wheel, and these are for probably cruise control. L is for lower gear, which is basically part of the gears. But how do you get into gear? Simply like this. You get into drive, get into reverse like that, rear cross traffic, auto braking off. This is the camera. It's got multiple views here. Yeah, the camera is actually nice. This is a huge screen. This is a 17.7-inch screen, which is super duper slick. I can change the camera views. There are so many views for the camera, which is quite cool. First things first, let's turn off the air conditioning. It has got inbuilt Google. Why do you need to connect Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? You still can, because both of them actually work wirelessly here. When you connect something here, it actually shows you the display. So let's do one thing. Let's put an address here. Come on. We will just put probably half desert Dubai and start this. And as soon as you do that, it's showing me here in the Google Maps where I need to go. That is how cool it is to have inbuilt Google. Very slick system. You've got the Play Store, Wi-Fi hotspot, climate, maps, my Chevrolet, camera settings, news. Very nice to operate. In fact, you've got Waze inbuilt, which tells you if there's a speed camera or not. So I like it. Only thing is, you notice this button. Okay, you will notice this button here also. You'll notice this button here also. How many buttons you have to have for controls? Chevrolet is like, yes, this is the button actually to turn on the screen or turn it off. This is the volume controller. So physical switch has been given where it should be there. This is an 11-inch screen which has multiple views. So I can just change it. This is the full map view. This is obviously the ADAS view, and then this is the minimalistic view, and then we are back into our regular view. So this is also quite cool. I'm just going to keep changing this while driving this car. Obviously, controls for the wipers. It has the automatic function, and yeah, there is no heads-up display, but for the ADAS warning, the light definitely comes out from there. So very premium in terms of features. The only gripe I'm having is that certain things I have to do manually, like adjusting the steering wheel, which happens both for reach as well as rake, is manual, baby, which is weird. Meanwhile, the horn is actually good. Yeah, I'm impressed by the horn. I like this red treatment here. I like the fact that the dashboard is huge in terms of size, and obviously things are a little smooth to operate because Google is inbuilt, so you're not reliant on your phone at all. You can just tell Google to do whatever you want. It's got voice commands, obviously, but it's an American car. Does it drive like a muscle SUV? Let's start driving right away. Alright, let's start driving. It says rear seat reminder, look in rear seat. A lot of these cars are getting it these days. And let's turn on the vehicle. Every time you turn on the car now, the Chevrolet logo has this crazy animation on it which keeps going on, and you can see the light there which is coming on the windscreen. Lane change alert system off. I don't know why. Straight away, let's actually change the drive mode here. So I'm going to come into the sport drive mode, obviously, because that is the best drive mode here. And the cluster mode is this. So we are just going to come into the maps, and I'm just going to put something random so that we can have some different menu right here, because I'm not able to figure out how do I change these, because there are 3 dots on top. So definitely this can be changed, but I'm not able to change that. We're just going to put this particular mode here. By the way, there are buttons behind to operate the audio system and to go next track and previous track, just like in the case of most of the American cars. And by the way, the rear tail lights, don't they remind you of the XUV 700? Let's come into drive right away, and off we go smoothly. Yeah, it's quite smooth actually. The engine is smooth as long as you don't rev it much. Once you rev it, boss, the smoothness goes for a toss completely. So over such bumps and all, or rather over bad bumps, it kind of feels like a body on frame vehicle when it is actually a monocoque. Surprising now. Suspension could be better actually. It just doesn't feel the most comfortable over bad roads. Over good roads, it's good. It's stable, it's nice and easy to drive, and obviously the dashboard is massive here, which gives you a big car feel, because this is amongst one of the biggest cars from the Chevrolet portfolio after the Tahoe and the Suburban. This one is the 3rd big SUV in their lineup, and it is big. It is really big. It's very heavy also. 2042 kgs. 2042 kgs is a lot of weight, but somehow manages to shed that weight or mask that weight pretty well. So we are just going to take a quick U-turn so I can show you the turning radius is absolutely crazy, because the size of the car is only crazy now. And then there's another issue, which is with the steering wheel. Of course, it takes its own sweet time to center. It kind of feels like a steering wheel from a truck. Yeah, a freaking truck. Engine likes to rev. Somehow it revs more than it moves. So yeah, this is a bit more aggressive in terms of how it sounds, making you feel that you're going much faster than you actually are. Now we're going to do left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Specialist timing gear is so far I can't even reach it, and now it's time to time this vehicle, and off we go. It revs till only 2000 rpm. Upshifts under 6000 rpm, 0 to 60 in almost 4 seconds, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8 seconds. Yeah, that is not very fast. So acceleration is okay, but then there's a lot of weight as well. So earlier they had a V6 engine, they have downsized, they've removed 2 cylinders. So this one is a 4-cylinder engine. It's a 2.5 liter turbocharged petrol engine which makes 328 horsepower and 442 Newton meters of torque, mated to an 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox, which is not the quickest with shifts, but thankfully I can make my own shifts. The problem is now the pedals and the buttons behind for the audio system, they kind of confuse me. What am I doing? Quite a lot of wheel spin. We are in front wheel drive mode. I'm not turned on all wheel drive because this car obviously has AWD. So power is channeled to the front wheel. It says 2WD with the front axle engaged, but then I can shift it to all wheel drive as well, which I shall do in a bit so that we can check the traction levels as well. Over these bumps, I kind of feel I'm flying. I think the feel of the ride not being the smoothest is because of the off-road tires, all-terrain tires here, which obviously affect the way this car performs on the road. But off the road, it is okay, fine, capable, not very capable, because remember, this is monocoque at the end of the day. There are no differentials or anything of that sort. And in terms of the fuel tank, it is 75 liters. It's important because this car does drink a little bit of fuel, less when compared to before it was a V6 now. So downsizing has helped improve the fuel efficiency of this car, and I'm just going to keep changing these modes. So there's a full map view, which is amazing as well, kind of like it, and we are just going to fly over this. Once again, here we go. That is nice and sweet, a lot of fun. Yeah, I like it. So directional changes are not very quick. There is a lot of body roll. The car does move around quite a lot, which is expected considering the way this car has been set up. Now I'm going to come to a halt quickly. We are going to go and change a few things. I'm going to come into settings. There's a lot in the settings itself. So where do I get my traction control? Maybe in vehicle here. There's a teen driver. I don't know what that is. Climate and air quality I can change, but I can't find traction control, which is disappointing because the buttons are not here. What I can do is turn on all-wheel drive. It's engaging all-wheel drive right now, and left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator. Just turn on this lane keep assist thing as well, and off we go. Yeah, because of the all-wheel drive system, obviously the weight is a lot. That is a lot of weight this car is carrying, like 2000 plus. I was like, yeah, the weight must be approximately 15, 16, 1700 kgs, but 2000 kgs, and the steering doesn't really inspire much confidence because of the truck-like feeling that it has. And we are going to do the water test on the wipers. There you see, that's decent amount of spray. And the NVH is good lower down, but once you rev it, now the engine has a sporty tone to it, which kind of makes me feel that it's not very refined higher end of the rev range. I want to change this cluster, it's not letting me do that. So here we have the ADAS view as well. Look at this. This is cool now. So this car is actually very good in terms of comfort, in terms of space, in terms of practicality. Ride quality is decent. Somehow on these off-road tires, not the best, but it's a big car for relatively lesser money because it competes with cars like the Toyota Fortuner, the Ford Everest, and the Hyundai Palisade, the Kia Telluride. So a lot of competitors for this car, which clearly points to the fact that this is a car which is trying to compete in a very fierce segment which has too many rivals. And that is one of the reasons why Chevrolet has gone bananas by offering so much in this car, in terms of the fact that this car is having good amount of kit, a lot of technology, and amazing screen. Over bad bumps, I'm going to make you feel those bumps right now. Here we go. Oh yeah, you heard that, right? The jolt of the suspension, yeah, that could have been felt. In terms of the drive mode, there are so many drive modes, and it will blow your mind. So there's off-road mode, there's terrain mode, there happens to be sport mode. Why reduce speed for terrain mode? I don't know. And then obviously we have got, that's it, a tow haul mode. There has to be a normal and a comfort mode as well. Where is the comfort mode? Why is it not seen right now? Comfort mode has gone for a comfortable vacation today. We are back to our regular mode here. Oh my god, I felt the vibrations on the steering wheel because this guy's got ADAS, and the way General Motors has been doing ADAS is it will vibrate your seat to tell you if there's someone in your line of sight or if you're going to hit someone. It happens a lot in reverse. Initially I was like, wow, nice massage. Then I realized, okay, that's the ADAS warning, so I need to chill a bit because it comes abruptly throws you off and you're like, oh, what happened? Yeah, brakes are something which you will test, but let's take a quick U-turn. I don't think the car is going to stop very well. I love the fact that you have to shift it like this because of the weight of the car. I was saying it's not going to stop very well and easily because the weight obviously bogs down every possible car, and American cars are obviously always obese because obesity is their favorite thing. Probably you're just going to come to a halt here, and let's reset a Specialist timing gear and off we go. So I'm not just going to give it the beans immediately. Before that, I want to talk about the history of this car. The first generation came in 2008, second generation came in 2018, so almost 9 years between both the generations, and the third generation has come quite fast in 2024. This car's predecessor was launched in India. Not really, actually yes it was. Now let me explain. So the Trailblazer is the car this car replaced in the United States of America, but we got the Trailblazer in India, but that was an Asia specific model. So there is where it changes a bit because in Asia the Trailblazer is different. You know, there's a car called the Chevrolet Captiva, which is nothing other than the MG Vector. Sorry, Hector. Did I say Vector? Yeah. So that has been rebadged by General Motors and they're selling that as well, but only in Asian markets. They don't dare do that in the United States of America. So all these things also happen. Now, since I've activated all-wheel drive, the car feels a bit more secure. No front end washout, no wheel spins as such, just better grip and feels better to drive as well. Oh, the engine sounds sporty to me. I like it, but doesn't rev much. So the engine of American cars are known not to really rev that much, and they are a little easygoing in that regard. Now we shall take another quick U-turn. I am trying to see whether it is worth venturing off-road, because obviously I can if I want to. Oh, that kind of threw me off. Yeah, it says forward collision warning unavailable. As soon as I went off-road, car maybe detected that this guy is trying to have fun. Let's cut his fun out, and now it's the time to do the brake test. Oh, nose dive under heavy braking, lot of tire sound. Reset this quickly, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. Will it do better in terms of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration with all-wheel drive enabled? Probably it should. No, it's not doing it that well. 8 seconds. Earlier we were quicker by 0.8 seconds. So minor difference here and there. So as I see it, this car is actually fun to drive because when you're out on the highway now, it really piles on kilometers effortlessly. So it can gobble up the miles without blinking an eyelid. A nice long distance cruiser for sure, no two ways about it. It is just that the engine is just too vocal at higher speeds, and there's a Cybertruck parked there. Let me compare it with the Cybertruck. This one looks bigger than the Cybertruck, or the Cybertruck looks bigger? Well, this is an orange colored Cybertruck, which is not that entertaining to me. Let's again. I love this. I every time do this. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful way of changing the gears. So smooth, so nice. And then we can just obviously climb this as well. So guys, if you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up. That's a like button, and let me know which is your favorite American car. I miss Chevrolet. Chevrolet makes some amazing cars, not the Chinese rebadged ones, but other than that, yeah, they have some nice cars which obviously are big in terms of size, good in terms of performance, and offer a lot of comfort as well. And let me know which is your favorite American car. I know a lot of you are going to say Hummer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Hummer shots in the end of the video so you can look at the beautiful GMC Hummer. Okay, another American car, that is a Nissan, and that in the center is an iconic car. Can you name it? Yeah, you can. Go for it in the comment section right away.